Yeah, the ultimate, kind of the end of competition is this. And so when you're done with this, there's not really much more to discuss. You say, hey, you actually won. You can't fake this. And that's why it puts fighters so close, because it's such an intimate exchange of energy. You get to put your heart out and say, hey, here's what I'm made of. Yeah. Here's who I am. And you can't fake it. In a conversation, you can say, well, I'm great. I'm very tough. And that talk is cheap, but this is not cheap.
This is where they put their money where their mouth is.
Gage real well, but he's been on a lot of Fight of the Nights.
Touch of the gloves.
Head kick right away from Gage. Some big shots. Danny's eating some big shots here. He needs to mount some offense here. He's starting to throw. He's throwing. Now they're engaged. Gage has him pressed up against the cage. A little bit of a slow start from Danny, but he's waking up. He's getting into it. Gage keeping constant pressure, throwing a lot of knees. Throwing a lot of knees up the center. Started out with a lot of knees. That was an exciting start. Now they're kind of starting to exchange. You see some... Looks like Danny's fighting for a guillotine here. Working on the neck, kind of catching his breath. Gage is kind of trying to fight out of it. Looks like he might be looking for a takedown. A knee from A-Train. They're exchanging. Whew, this was an exciting start.
Came out flying.
And the thing about that is, sometimes you come out like that and you think, I got it. And you pour it out. And then you kind of reach this moment where you're like, uh-oh, maybe we're going to stay here. That adrenaline dump is real. These constant peppering shots are so annoying. They're disheartening. And Danny's back out, throwing some punches.
Is it possible he's thinking maybe Gage wore himself out a little bit there?
Absolutely. And he's got to recover as well, because he ate a lot of shots. Danny needs to start getting his confidence back, start landing some of his own, convincing himself that he's still in the fight. Gage continues to land.
Ooh, there's
now
a good
they're
one.
exchanging. Now they're exchanging. Looks like Gage might be looking for a takedown here. Now, Danny August he's a tough wrestler. He's got good hips. And Gage gets the takedown, which tells me that he might be a little tired or a little disoriented from probably all those shots. That was quite the flurry. That was a lot. And it's a lot to deal with as a fighter. You wonder, is this going to stop?
Yeah.
Is this going to stop anytime soon? Or is he just going to continue to pour? Same thing with what we were talking about with the guillotine. You just turn it 1 to 10. You wonder if you're going.
If you're going out that quick.
Looks like he's playing some shield guard, knee shield. He's got his full close guard. Looks like he's going to back up on the cage. Might look to stand up. Gage looks like he's getting some rest here. And A-Train stands up. They're back in this clinch. Gage has definitely slowed down. We got 2 minutes and 13 seconds in our first round, and it has definitely slowed pace.
Both corners seem to be pretty quiet right now, too.
I can't hear him, man. I think I'm only listening to you.
Oh, you could do worse.
Oh, I know. You got a wonderful voice. I think that's what you're hearing. I'm not complaining. There you go.
Looks like that little rest helped Danny out a bit.
Another takedown. Now, the thing about these takedowns is they're good. They look great to the judges. They score points. You're in an advantageous position. Got to watch for these elbows. These are big elbows here. So Danny's he wants to get back to a full closed guard position. He's got kind of a loose half guard here, and he does. He moves back to a full closed guard. But he's got to watch out for those elbows from the top. And Gage is starting to pick his shots now. He's slowing down a little. He's recognizing that he has limited energy. He's got to pick his shots. A-Train kicking off. Yeah, these guys are definitely. You can tell that flurry kind of took it out of both of them.
So I guess the matter is now, which one did it take more out of?
Less than a minute. Well, in different ways, right? So.
Danny's arm was caught underneath him for a minute there.
That's not fun. You need that to fight. It's better to have your arms. So Danny's got to watch for these elbows. These elbows kind of keep coming, and they just, some of those are peppering, but that's bone.
Yeah, even with that short draw.
And it'll cut you. We can't see from this angle what they're doing, but it looks like Danny's eating a lot of shots here. He's eating a lot of shots kind of unanswered here. Judge is going to take a real close look. They've got 18 seconds left. These elbows are brutal. Danny's clearly cut. I can't see where, but he's clearly cut. So they got 10 seconds. Looks like they might go back to their corner. It'd be interesting to see what it looks like when they go back. Danny stands right up. You know, you really couldn't tell towards the end there. We couldn't see the angle, but it looked like he answered some he took some unanswered shots, like he wasn't moving. Made me real nervous. But
here's that replay, right? The flurry when it came out right at the beginning.
Yeah.
That knee.
Couple big knees, some body shots. I mean, Gage poured it out, and I think Gage saw the potential for a finish. He knows he's in a fight now, and so does Danny. Both of these guys know. You can see they're taking big breaths. They're talking to their corner.
And here's those unanswered shots you were talking about. Elbow flying down. That's what cut it. He's cut over his right eye.
And obviously, you know, we've got great referees here at Fusion Fight League. He was able to see more than we could see. He was paying attention. He let it continue, which is great. Both fighters obviously stood right up. They're present. They're here.
And they're both pros, so I think at some point in time, maybe even the ref says, okay, this isn't an amateur fight. They know what they're doing. We'll let them go a little bit longer.
No, absolutely.
I think if that was an amateur fight, he probably would have called it.
You know, it's their livelihood. You know, so you don't want to call it early, and it's always good to have a judge who can manage that. Looks like we got a little bit of water spillage over here by the sweet Johnny Bublich, also of Sheridan, Wyoming. That's a great tactic when your fighter's tired.
Yep. I wonder.
Whoopsies. All right, big breaths from both these guys. We'll see how they come out in the second round. Danny throws right hand, leg kick. They're throwing hands. They're starting to exchange. Oh, Danny's throwing hands. Danny lands a couple. Those are some big shots, and that'll give Danny some confidence connecting like that. Gage drives him up against the fence again.
Gage said he didn't want any more of those face pops, I think.
But he's eating punches now. He's looking to set up a takedown, and he gets it. Danny's going to want to stand up. It did not go well for him on the ground last round. He's going to want to get up. He's going to want to get his feet underneath him and start pushing up against that cage and getting up. He's fighting back. But this position, you know, Gage being on top and being down with your head against this cage is not a great place to I wouldn't take a nap there, for sure. Usually when a fighter takes a nap there, it's because the other guy wanted him to.
Now we're hearing some direction from the corner for Danny.
Yeah, they're saying he's tired. And tired as he may be, he is on top in a great position to, you know, that's the position where you can rest. He got that takedown and he afforded himself a little bit of rest. Danny, however, on the bottom, can't afford to rest here.
Right.
He needs to be looking to stand up. He should be closing his guard. His guard's wide open right now. Gage doesn't seem to be, trying to pass it or prioritizing passing it. He looks content to just sit in guard.
And work on the face.
Yep, and continue to score points. Little bits, you know. Now he looks to pass. Now Danny's going to look to wrestle up.
Oh.
And Danny's back up.
It looked like Gage was trying to put a guillotine on him, and Danny said nope.
He was, yep, and he rolled through it and stood back up. They're back to the feet now. Both these guys are very still in the fight. And Danny goes down. It looks like he was wobbled by that. He's eating some shots from full mount here. No, he's got half guard. Danny's shrimping out. Man, he got wobbled. I didn't see what wobbled him, but his knees definitely gave out on him. He sat down. They're talking about deep half. Danny needs to be looking for underhooks here. He's just eating these small shots, but it's just your breathing is interrupted and you're bleeding and you got a guy on top of you. It's it just drains your tank, man. They're not big shots,
but they're there.
Yeah, every single one is saying quit.
Right. Oh.
He's looking to stand up.
And
Danny
he
is a
did.
fighter, I tell you what.
He's got the guillotine on him. And then
And he taps.
That was just going to be enough.
Another win by standing submission by Gage, the gangly gangster Saunders. It was an exciting exchange, you know. I think Gage did a pretty good job at keeping the aggression going.
There was that little.
That was it.
That
Hit
was
him
it.
behind the ear. Now that little knee was. That knee was not so good.
And I think that's where he went from 2 to 10.
So this is actually, they named this out after Cody McKenzie. That's called a McKenzie-tine, where you kind of modify the guillotine and push it up with your hands. And it's a great, it's great from any position, but it's great for standing specifically. Good job at Gage Saunders.
Bout number 2 comes to a close. Sponsored by Nissan of Casper, Betty Montanero's Pizza, and Boomtown Blast. Your winner, fighting out of the blue corner, Gage, the gangly gangster, Saunders.